Camera. Hello, 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 and welcome to another One Line of Code. I am One Lion, and this is how cameras work. Yeah. Hi. Happy Wednesday to you, middle of the week for a lot of us. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a great week so far. We're going to jump right into today's session because it's been interesting. I want to say it's been fun, but we'll just go with interesting for now. Doing design work. It is starting to feel like something. So when last we spoke, happy update fail. True. Failed. When last we were working on this, we decided on following a pattern kind of like this one. And when I say kind of like it, I mean it's pretty much we're just doing it. We're doing that pattern. We may modify it some, but while I was doing my work yesterday, the screen was kind of zoomed out like this, I think, or somewhere around here. And like I kept seeing something out of the corner of my eye, and I'm like, I wonder if, and then I just added this. So I'm showing what I added yesterday, even though it was off stream. We're doing it on stream now. I added this, moved it around a bit, placed it, and I was like, that does kind of help with breaking up this monotonous stripe. Yeah, we can figure something out. The other thing that I had just recently thought of is if we did something like for each of these items, instead of them being vertical, let's see what they look like stacked on top of each other. Dude, why don't you just like trig? Maybe something like this. Pull this back a little. Pull this top one all the way across. Wait a minute. I'm confusing myself. This is what I meant to grab second. And then we'll put you on top of you. Pull this this diamond. Like over here, maybe? Yeah, this diamond needs to go. I don't mind it. Anyway, hello, Master. Hello, Mojo. I wake up tired. Napalm said, I love programming. I really do. But does anyone else just get tired sometimes? I mean, tired for sure, but not tired of programming. Like, the thing that happens to me is I will be super duper tired and my brain won't want to cooperate, but I have this desire to write code all the time. So instead it's just frustrating, but of actual coding, I don't really get tired of that part. Although this morning, one of the first things that I had to do was a bunch of administrative stuff. And that totally tired me out. And so when I was finally getting around to doing the actual coding part, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so drained. Do I really want to do this? So I did kind of have that feeling a little bit, which I guess is like getting tired. of the actual coding part, because I really, really did not feel like needing to continue with that. Not needing. Gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what the word I'm looking for was there. B'nai Palm says, just in a funk. It's rainy and dreary. Aw, must be nice. I want it to be rainy and dreary. And I have cabin fever. Ah, you like getting that outside exposure stuff. I live in a cave. I could probably live in a cave forever and not really experience the cabin fever thing. Maybe. I don't know for sure. I haven't really tried. But what I can tell, I think I'd get on just fine. It kind of looks like something, but not really. Yeah, don't like that. Deleted. Master Rat says, hey. And yep, I feel that sometimes. Sometimes it's my fault, but sometimes I sleep in good time, but still wake up tired. Oh, the whole just waking up tired. Just not a morning person. Work for money, but never make use of your free time to find something you love. Or, oh, geez, I totally missed this comment. Never ending wad of things to do, which is great for, pay, but damn, I'm tired. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I get paid to program during the workday, but then in the previously, during the evenings, I would be doing stuff like looking up new technologies, finding out more stuff that I can program, writing code. I still did a lot of gaming and just took breaks and stuff. But at the same time, it's like if I could program all the time. Like, it's not necessarily being tired of the programming. It's just my brain being tired and not actually being able to do the programming. But I always want to. Touch ass, not grass. I agree. I'm an indoors kind of person. All right. Waiting for fly fishing season to start. Nice. A cave with good internet, though. Kind of. Yesterday, this really, really, really weird thing was happening where all of my streaming stuff, even like YouTube videos, were buffering a lot, like the whole time. And my internet was normal. I didn't have any, I was doing ping test continuous. I didn't have any latency there. I didn't have traceroute issues to YouTube, to Twitch, nothing like that. Not that it really gives me that much information, but it didn't look like I had any network issues that would prevent me from streaming content. And it was only on this computer, the one that I stream from. My mobile studio was streaming just fine. My wife's computer was streaming just fine. Or at least it seemed like YouTube was working for her. I didn't actually verify, but whatever. Anyway, so I tried restarting the router and modem, and that didn't fix it. But then today, everything seems fine. So I have no idea what was going on. Yeah. Malware hunting time. I was thinking that. I don't really like, I have a lot of stuff going on the side while I do my normal day job, and malware hunting is kind of an active thing for me because I manually run through the entire registry looking for weird things in various locations. And then of course run anti-malware or malware scanners and stuff. My friends and I want to become an ISP and live in a commune. Become your own ISP on a plot of land. Napalm says, duh. Wait, I don't know how to pronounce, or not pronounce, how to inflect the duh that you put there. I want to live somewhere remote and have my space, but with damn good broadband. That's my only requirement too. I think we all share that, where it's like, if we could just live somewhere away from everything, everyone, but still be able to get like goods and services, still have good internet, be able to get stuff delivered without needing to interact with the people. But some of us do like interacting with people, and I say us, but I really mean you. This is the extent of my joy of interacting with people. I really love hanging out with you guys. I love talking with you, but not in person. And yeah, there's a limit. And I get to that limit pretty fast. No offense, nothing against any of you directly. It's a me thing. It's just my personality. And I get it if you don't like that, but it's me. Not in person, go to hell. Man, my regional manager set up a dinner. I'm a bot, so it's okay. Yeah, definitely. Like even talking, this is something that a lot of introverts struggle with as well, which is just any kind of communication using voice or physical communication. But like writing letters, texting is easier. But I really don't struggle that much with communicating via voice, phone calls, and stuff. I'd prefer not to have them. I'd prefer email and stuff. But when I opt in and I'm in control of the medium that I'm using and the platform that I'm using, then yeah, voice is good. That's why I have Fridays, because I want to have live discussions with other people in the technology realm to just talk about things and ideas, because it motivates me, drives me. Anyway, moving on. So, question: camera 1, camera 2. I'll put these side by side. Excuse me. So, design on the left, design on the right. Camera 2, locked in. Left vote was not so locked in. Yeah, I do like it better with this little additional thing. It doesn't look good to me without the little break in pattern. What we are going to continue doing though is we'll add some graphical content to the right side of either of these. So if you are undecided, I think you're asking what I was what I was about to say, talk about. But if you're undecided, then I'll just start adding more content to it, and then we can decide then. So actually what I'm going to do in order to do that then is undo all those, keep you out of the way, turn this into a component, oops, and then create an instance of it. And in this instance, we will have this background turned on. And so when we start adding the content on the right side, we'll also be able to see it on this one as well. So I think that's what you're asking, Unicus, which is what is the action of the hero? So So I should have some kind of button that does a call to action. And it definitely should look plain. We're still in the process of designing. So let's continue on with that, and then we can maybe make a better, more solid decision of which of these two we like going with. So in this sample, we kind of have this mobile device looking thing, kind of looks like an iPhone with charts or a graph and a whole bunch of number things. I was thinking something more like individual windows, kind of like this, but instead of at an angle, layered on top of each other at different elevations. Does that make sense? Exactly. So how is it going to flow? We're taking one thing at a time. So we're looking like most people probably, I don't know about most people. I have heard of an approach where you first do your design on the smallest device, smallest screen device, mobile device, and then scale it up. But for me, I don't know. I want to see what it looks like here first, and then move it into our different form factors. Yeah, definitely lots of things to keep in consideration, but we're just going to take one step at a time. With our filet mignon bacon ipsum. So we should probably have some kind of call to action. I do want to have some actual content instead of placeholder content here to know what maybe this section would say. And this would probably be the description of what you can do using this application. And then of course, is this too low? Like, should this be a little bit higher? I don't know. Maybe once we get the graphic on here, we'll know. So, this will be hero content left, and then we'll make another frame. That will be the hero. I clicked on from. That'll be the hero content right. Then we'll group these two together. Excuse me. We'll group these two together as hero. Hey, so I am envisioning some windows that are overlaid on top of each other at different elevations. Oh. Excuse me. There's probably going to be another sneeze coming. No. I don't think it's going to happen. Yay. That's nice. Okay. Okay. Let's start with white screens for now. Maybe too much radius, something smaller. And then we want this one, or we want them at varying heights. So I'm just going to put a few scattered around. And we'll put this one. And the way that we denote height in visual stuff, at least from what I've seen, I'm not an expert at this, so I'm just talking about things that I've noticed, is by using a drop shadow. And then the further away and lighter the drop shadow, and then the closer and darker the drop shadow. Those are your far away, close by. Hello, TBD Gamer. Amazing stream this morning. If you guys have not been able to check into a TBD Gamer stream, check out his videos on YouTube because his streams are magnificent. I really love the vibe over on his channel. Really cool times, really good times. He's working on actual an actual product or a project that will be treated as if he's making an actual product, kind of like we're doing with Financial Management Tracker. And on Mondays and Tuesdays, he works on another project that is solely on stream. You can talk more about that because I only caught part of it because I really like the one that you work on every other day as well. Yeah, he does stream in the US early for a lot of people, and it's pretty good time for Europeans, I think, except that it might be in the middle of their workday, so it's a little bit hard as well. So yeah, Europeans and Asians, you know, that side of the world, the side that I'm not on. But yeah, really, really good times. Yes, you in the front with the hand raised. Drop shadow, over, down. It was supposed to be a wave, not a hand raise. I do this one. This one gets one. So I think this one needs to be under this one as well. Okay, and then how about some content for these? Yeah, it's definitely my favorite color scheme. I started. Let's try saying one thing at a time in the right order. Back in 1812, I registered my company name finally. I was still working W-2, but I have a goal of eventually being self-employed. And so I registered my company name, Automated Realms. A year ago, I started using the company, and I was like, it'd be nice to have a logo. So I had someone design a logo. I gave them some colors that I really like, and then they came up with this really sleek looking, smooth logo. During that time, my wife just decided to play around with this app on her phone, and that's when she created this little lion thingy that looks really cool. The one that is one of the this one. And so I really liked that color scheme too, so we incorporated more of that into it, and I picked some colors from there. And as you can tell, my browser that I use on stream, I also use that color scheme. Yeah, so I like it a lot. It's definitely, it's cool. I like it. Now the question is though, does this really match a financial management application? Or should I consider maybe using a different color scheme, even though it is going to be branded as an Automated Realms product? And again, this is all for pretend. I'm not trying to sell this or anything. But we are treating it as a professional project. So should I have this application's color scheme be different than the creating company's color scheme? Unica said, that looks like a boat flags guy. Oh, this one? Or an airplane batons guy. Gotcha. But yeah, and like when we got this logo, where did I put it? Here. When we got this logo back, like I wasn't even thinking OpenAI or anything, because I really didn't even know their logo at the time. And people have pointed out that it kind of looks like OpenAI, and it kind of looks like Snapchat, and it kind of looks like XYZ. And it's like, you know what? That's fine. Because it really does match the concept of automated realms. One thing that I was maybe thinking of doing is for each application that Automated Realms in the future, when it's an actual company that's in use, uses, actually paste to replace. Oops. Yeah. Pasting inside the current selection is not possible. Oh, that's because this is the component. Take me to, where's the button to take me to the actual component itself? Does anyone remember what that button looks like? This one. Okay, so paste to replace. Down. Why are you being hard to scale? Okay, so if I were to do something like this, maybe one thing that I would do with it is put in here the app's initials in some creative way, but I don't know how to get this to fit the way that I would want. But something to denote that this is still an Automated Realms product, but specifically for financial management. So maybe a calculator or something. Hello, Fulisnubble. It kind of looks like a circle. So if you look at it close enough and stare at it for a while and analyze it, you would see kind of the 3D effect of it, where here is one spiral and then here's another spiral, and they're kind of swirling into each other. And so if I decided to animate this ever, I think, so for example, Foolish Navel had animated this for me. Let me see if I can find that. What's the name of the shaders app that you use, that you share your shaders on? I can never remember the name of it. Shader toy. So this is what it could look like if it was 3D, if it was one solid piece. And he did a really, really good job of, if you pause it in just the right place, it looks exactly like the logo with all 4 parts. And so I think I cloned it. Does this show all of the clones? Ah, I have to sign in. I meant fork. Yeah, where does it show all of the forks for this? Whatever. Click your name. So I kind of tried to update it to use our color scheme, which kind of worked. But you can definitely see the shape itself. The other way that I would like to be able to visualize this is as two rings that are inside of each other that are rotating around each other in different directions. So like this top piece would be rotating this way, and then this inner piece would be rotating this way, sorry, clockwise, counterclockwise. And they're kind of merging into each other so that on this page, when they are animating like that, which again, I can do using SVGs, so I'm not too worried about that. But as you click, as it automatically starts accumulating all of these little particles, then it starts rotating faster, and then maybe eventually it opens up a portal. Because I mean, automated realms, you think of realms as different realms, because I got good words. And from all of these realms, you have different industries. So you can do manufacturing, anywhere from clothes to electronics to industrial stuff. You got medical, you got technology. So all of these realms that could use automation, that's what the company is all about. And so you can imagine that being spawned from, or at least extracted, or a portal opened to any number of realms. That's the concept. But anyway, isn't this awesome though? Snubble is very, very, very gifted and talented with shaders. Do you have the link for that, the one that you had in the, I think it was contest, the one that you won in the contest? The contest with, or at least placed? That I keep saying kind of looks like FM84, Midnight City. This beautiful vaporwave, retrowave kind of feel. Love that one. If you happen to get to it. I don't want to keep pulling you away from whatever you're doing if you are involved in something else. I was going to laugh so much if you had said, if you squint a little, it will start looking like a square. Yes. Look really, I keep clicking on the different tab. Look really, really close at this thing. Squint, and then you'll see a perfect square right here. All right, did I give you a drop shadow yet? I did. What happens if we make your drop shadow a little bit lighter? Let's go on to, yeah, I never like using light drop shadows, lighter drop shadows, but you can't even tell that this thing has a drop shadow on this dark background. Yeah, so if I'm gonna do that, I may as well pick my light color. Oh, too much. Too much. What about this one? Yeah, too much. More blur. Oh, right, because the further up you are, I said. Yeah, that's still too much. just got a meatball sub, and it's kind of a heavy boy. Meatball sub. Yes, please. Sign me up. Or to buy. Okay, we'll go with that, where it has a purple hue, but is not purple. You, I think you just need to be more opaque. I mean, more transparent. Gosh. My brain says the right word, and then my mouth goes, let's say the other word. Because you already said the word that you meant to say. Cool. Same deal. Oh, I keep doing that. I keep thinking that the thing I need to change is the transparency on the effect itself, but I need to change the transparency on the color, not the effect. It makes it look gooder. Yeah, so this one does need to be darker. Okay, and then you also get the nice marker. Although this is the transparency on the color. What? I'm so confused. So if I change this, will this slider move? Yes, it does. All right, well then, there you go. Okay, so these are representative of items you might see in the application that you would want to interact with. Why is yours like completely invisible now? Ah. There we go. Okay. Okay, so some things that we know. Are you going to end up putting something in the windows? Yeah. Yes, that's exactly what I was going to do, man. I just haven't gotten there yet. We're going to do industrial windows. So easiest way is probably just draw a line here. And then a line here. And give it some width. And brown. Drop shadow. No idea what I'm pushing here. Drop shadow. There you go. Couple of windows. No. I need to name these. If I name them, then I know what content will go inside of them. So this one will be the increase value sample. This one will be the bank worth. I'm just coming up with random names. Hopefully they'll inspire something. And then this one. Yeah, it's really hard to come up with actual payment action. And so this is like a piggy bank. Money in. This is it's just pretty much a chart your course kind of thing. Or watch your money grow. Payment action, which is probably going to be something like two people interacting, or just two hands that are gripped in a shake. Guy taking his empty pockets out. We'll just put that in one of these. But I really do want something positive that will make people feel like if they use this app, they can take control. Taking control. They can take control of their own finances. So graph is easy. I've made one before. But the question is, what should it really look like? Do I want this background to be this color? Should I convert all of these to frames? Isn't there a convert to frame? I can just frame it. And that way anything that I draw that goes outside is what I'm looking for. Again, I mean, I like it. I like the funness of it, but we are trying to keep in mind that we're doing this for a client, a professional client that wants a professional product. That's what we are role playing. Oops, I already forgot what this is going to be. Chart. Line chart. Just going to call it line chart. I need to copy this first. Control-Alt-G, which is not working. This keyboard shortcut does not work for me. But yeah, the playfulness is cool. If we were doing this only as a for fun stream project, which we are, but we're also role-playing the part of a professional company that is redesigning an existing application for a client. And so we want professionalism. We want them to know that we are serious about their product and we care. Because if you can do it in practice, you can do it in real life, right? Right. So you say. Is there a way to copy effects? You are our most valued customer. Can I copy an effect? I cannot copy an effect. Summoner. Can I drag and drop an effect? Okay, well, let's give you a fill that is LC9099 and an effect that is the drop shadow with color this. Why is your drop shadow? Oh, you're so confusing. Yeah, why are you a solid color? Anyway, we'll fix that. Drop shadow is color. Okay. Dang it, all of you can get the fill. And all of you can get an initial drop shadow. Good. Now I just need 23. We'll do a solid 20. Nope, not for you. Delete. This app is like a budget tracking app. Yes, so if you weren't here for the initial development of the application, we did it on stream as well. So at that point in time, we were role-playing a company that was hired to create a greenfield project, essentially, this financial management tracking application. And we were tasked with engineering the whole thing. So everything from design, the architecture, the database, and all the technologies used within it. We got to choose all of that. And so we came up with the functional application. We did some amount of UI design, but that company that we were role-playing as before was pretty cheap, and they didn't have a UI designer because it was just me. And I'm not a UI designer. And so that company, which I'm going to talk like they're a different company, even though it was us on stream, that company just kind of did a rush job on getting the application functional, when really they should have taken their time and made sure that it was designed well and working well. However, because that happened, we have the opportunity now as a new company, because that other company was like, thank you so much for the work you did. We appreciate it. We accept your app. We're done with you though. So we're going to hire someone else to redesign the app. So they went and hired us as the team that is going to redesign their app without doing much functionality changing. No, actually, the company did not hire. The client fired the other company, essentially. They let that contract expire, and they are bringing on a new contract and saying, take this existing app, reuse as much of it as you can, but focus on redesigning the user interface. We like how it functions. We like that it does what it's supposed to do, but we need better visuals. So right now, this is what the current landing page looks like. And then here's the data entry form for entering payment details, data entry form for entering deposits, transfers. So this is all manual entry. The company, the client said, we don't need to connect to other financial services. We don't need to connect to credit cards and pull in their transactions. We don't want to connect to banks and automatically update the values from that. We want an app where the user must manually enter their transactions themselves. And so, and it's for the purposes of our stream and myself, really. I have an Access database that I do this exact thing in. I manually enter every single one of my transactions. And so I kind of get to feel the effects of my spending and savings directly because I'm doing that and not just allowing it to import all of my transactions for me and then just looking at numbers. There are other apps out there that do that. and I use them as well. But I use this one so that I am manually punching in my numbers, punching in the things that I buy. Numbers go up. Mine currently are, actually. They used to be red. A lot of red. But since I started tracking my own finances back in 2013, I mean, I still had a lot of instances where I was making pretty poor choices, but I saw them happen. And then I became more aware of them. And now I don't really spend all that much money. Like, I can see all of the subscription services that I'm paying for that I don't really use, how much I spend on food delivery. True. Which I'm not doing anything about at the moment, but just like with my spending money I didn't have before, living beyond my means, I'm sure that I will get to a point where I'm like now managing my streaming services where I am only paying for the streaming services I'm using. I don't know what it is about them, but it's like I like having that service available for me to use whenever I need it, but I haven't used it for the past 6 months, kind of thing. So anyway, you can do the whole thing through this app. Perfect functionality, works really well. They even put in this calculator thing that you click on it, you can move it around on the screen. You can actually do maths using 10 key. You can use the on-screen keys. It functions the way you expect it to. Yeah, so cool stuff, cool beans. But why in the world would they put the icon for the calculator up here? And there's no actual header information. These tabs are kind of awkward. The management page needs a lot of love. And just these colors. What's up with these colors? I really did like these colors when we first did them, but the more I look at them, I'm like, oh, I need a change. I need something different. Well, one thing that oh, you live in do you live in Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia? Do you live in somewhere that is not the US? Of course I am. You live in Puerto Rico? So your name is Hunicus. Wait. I know someone that lives in Puerto Rico. Is there something that is not the US? And my family is from Puerto Rico. I don't speak very much Spanish. I was born and raised on military installations, so mostly American soil. That's why you don't really hear an accent. Both of my parents are Puerto Rican. They have pretty strong accents. And they always spoke to me in Spanish, but I never was required to respond to them in Spanish, so I never really practiced speaking Spanish, but I can understand it pretty well. But my uncle, for example, lives in Puerto Rico, who is also a developer, and he's wanting to come out of retirement to do more development work. You wouldn't happen to know him, would you? Or be him? But anyway, so this is the app. This is the app. Oh, and then account. Yeah, anyway. So we're redesigning that. We're making it awesome because we are a company that is focused on designing beautiful things. So we don't really care about manipulating the functionality, but we will make users want to use your app. Schnabel said, is there something other than US? And yes, there is. So that's why I was going to reread your message. The reason that I was asking if you live in the US is because we have a meal delivery service called Well, we have a bunch, and I'm sure they're worldwide, but the one that I use is called Blue Apron. And now, instead of eating out as often or getting microwave meals or stuff that you just throw on a skillet and let it cook itself, we're actually cooking fresh veggies and produce and meats and stuff. So we get at least 3 solid home cooked meals that are hopefully better for us than eating out and just doing oven microwave meals. Not knocking on them though. I ordered Uber and I work for Chili's, so yeah. Haven't actually cooked in a while. Chili's. Okay. Did I give you guys all of your stuff that you need? No, I didn't. You guys need to be colored correctly. So give me your color, and you are at 100% as well. No, you're not. Yeah, I didn't think so. Buddy. So if you can tell, I am actually applying the background color and the drop shadow to the frame. I tend to use rectangles inside of frames, but I think I'm getting more used to using the frames themselves as the background, and that way it's easier to move the content around inside and then resize it and the background stays sized appropriately. There's 70%. That looks good. That looks really good. Good job, you. But anyway, what part of... Oh, I can't ask that. I can't ask that. I was going to say, what part of Puerto Rico? But I don't want you to dox yourself. You've already said more than enough about what country you're in. I will say that my parents are from Arecibo. They were born and raised. Ah, San Juan. Last time I visited was 2008, I think. Maybe a little after. Yeah. It's been a long time. TBD Gamer says, if I lived in Puerto Rico, I would eat out a lot more food. So good. In New Jersey, if I want Italian food, I'm good. Yeah, if you want Puerto Rican food, just go to Florida. Actually, that's more Cuban food. If you want Puerto Rican food, go to New York. Or my house. I guess I don't really... I used to do a lot more cooking of the traditional meals that my parents made, that my mom made. But then I really did just kind of fall out of cooking and started getting... Your house it is. Started getting just fast food, and I got lazy. It was easy. But now I'm back to cooking and I'm so happy. I love cooking. That's probably one of the Puerto Rican traits that I kept from my parents. I don't have very many. Yeah. I know you hate in-person stuff, but you offered. Man, I have taken myself so far out of my comfort zone so many times because, you know, for growth, you introverts need to come out of your shell and socialize every once in a while. And really, it's just people trying to make you like them so that they're not afraid of you. But anyway, I had barbecues when I first moved to Missouri and to my permanent job there. I had a barbecue at my house and invited everyone. And oh my gosh, that was stressful. My college graduation, I invited a bunch of people to my apartment. And we had a party there. In college, I used to go to a lot of parties. Like at least every Friday, maybe more. And it was so stupid because I would just be an anxious mess. I would drink a lot though, so I wouldn't remember most of it. But yeah. Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Exactly, Thindle. Hello, Thindle. I was doing /Thindle. Guys, another fantastic .NET developer. TBD Gamer says, I go to karate 4 to 5 times a week. I didn't just socialize. I end up rolling around on the floor with them or being hit by them. Oh, I used to take Taekwondo. It was a family thing. My family used to go to Taekwondo lessons. So I was grateful for that, but I wasn't good at it. I did make temporary black, I think. I either made it to red belt or actually passed the temporary black test, which is red black stripe just before you go black belt. But I have no idea how. I think it was a pity thing. Like, if you're there long enough, then you'll progress through the belts, learn the katas. I was terrible at sparring. Terrible at sparring. I got my butt kicked by, I think he was 6 years old, and I was maybe 8 or 9. I guess that's not that big of a difference, but anyway, he was much smaller than me, and just I got tore apart. And then I got bullied a lot in school, so that was fun. Anyway, moving on. Family used to kick each other, yes. My dad was doing a kata. So a kata, for those of you that don't know, is just a series of movements. So down block, forward punch while stepping forward, turn around, down block. Anyway, so it's a sequence of movements that get you used to moving that way. Why we have coding kata. Exactly. So just practice movements. You do it repetitively. You get into the routine of it. You know it. You feel it. And then if ever you are in a situation where you need to defend yourself, it's natural. Just do it. So my dad was practicing a kata, and part of it was a I can't even remember what these things are called. A backhand punch thing behind him. And I don't remember which of my siblings it was, or if it was even me. But one of us happened to step behind him right when he was doing it and got knocked in the head. It was so bad. It was hilarious. You forgot to hold head at arm's length while they flail around move. It was probably me. You seem to have lost memory. Well, I can't really remember too much of my childhood as it is. So I rely on stories that my parents have told. And I'm starting to forget those now. That's fine. I don't need to know. That feeling when you have 3 large pull requests open that all build on the previous ones and you can't get colleagues to approve. So I think my teammate, I wish I was on your team so that I could approve your pull request, but I think one of my teammates could have had the opportunity to feel like that, because they were waiting for our release to happen, which happened yesterday. And then they had like 4 or 5 branches lined up for different features and improvements that they needed to get approved or to get into our current main so that we can develop and have better testing tools and debug experience and stuff. So it was like one after the other first thing yesterday morning. And I was so overwhelmed by it. I'm like, I just want to do my job. Tuesdays are the days when I have the most ability to catch up on things that I feel so far behind on. And I spent all morning doing pull requests. It was so bad. But anyway, the point is, I knew he needed them. I knew they relied on each other. And I reviewed them, gave some feedback. He needed to fix a couple things, but still gave some feedback, got them approved for him, and just it felt like working as a team. So that's okay. What did I miss? TBD Gamer said, I got a mild concussion in my brown belt testing recently. Black belt caught me square in the eye. Jeez. Did you get a black eye during that time? Don't recall. TBD Gamer said to Napalm, I just had a stand-up where someone was like, they've had 3 days, we're merging it. Yeah, no, that's still not how PRs work though. That was something that really, I guess my motivations for reviewing my teammates PRs as quickly as I can, or at least letting him know that I am starting to review it, is because he does have force push capability. And he has used it before, and it has broken the build. And I have pulled main after seeing that there was a merge that happened so that my branch could be up to date with latest main. And then it just broke dev. And I was out for 2 days straight while he was trying to fix whatever the issues were. It's just like, oh, come on. I don't want to deal with that. That's not what I signed up for. The whole reason we have this pull request process where at least one other dev reviews your branch before it goes into main is so we avoid those types of issues. Force push, I just want to force ban. But what really sucks is our damn pipelines and commits to Git. So I have to merge in each after each PR gets into main. How long do your pipelines run? Ours takes 30 minutes. And we need, in order for us to merge the main application, the branch needs to build in the pipeline. The PR branch needs to build. And then we have main locked down so that your branch has to be at latest main before you can merge the PR. So what'll happen is we have 3 PRs open because they're different features. We merge the first one, and then we pull main into our second PR branch, and then that has to rebuild as well, 30 minutes. And then we merge that one, and then third one, we do the same thing. It's just, it's a process, but it's a process that has kept us from having down dev time like we had before. So I'm more grateful for needing to wait 30 minutes as opposed to needing to wait 2 days for a bad merge. You know? Anyway, this conversation is the argument for solo dev. True. And that's the biggest issue with our team, is that the person that has force push is not really a team developer. He's a solo dev. Why do PRs suck? I take back what I was saying about enjoying working with others. Yeah. There are a few logistical things and administrative things that happen in the corporate environment that I am really, really not liking. I was warned about them and I knew that they were coming, and I am feeling the effects of them. But at least I had this experience. I think I am happy with the amount of experience I've gotten with it and am interested in seeing what's next. How's that for using vague terms? So there will be changes coming soon. S***N. Snabble says, I tell you what sucks. Having the main branch locked for 3 weeks. Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. That's interesting. I'm getting a call from a reputable phone number that's not blocked by my spam, but I have no idea why they would be calling me. Maybe they need a website. This is a website. Leave a message if you need something. I don't use my phone for verbal conversations. I use Discord for that every now and then, but only on my terms, which is Friday Community Day. Speaking of, on Fridays, if you didn't know, we have a Community Day where I invite any number of you to our Discord channel. Hop into any voice channel. I'll pull you into the stream voice channel and we can have a verbal discussion if you so desire. I was having, not I was having, TBD Gamer was having a great conversation on his stream, which I just can't say enough good things about, where he was telling his dev journey story, which I loved to hear. I just love hearing about all of your journeys, all of your stories. And part of it included a segment of time, because of how it all transpired, where he just had that imposter syndrome feeling. So I'm hoping to maybe talk about that on Friday, because that's something that I think we can all relate to. It's so good. When Thindle says dumb things and make 11 and chat, 11D, and chat uncomfortable. Yeah, it's not uncomfort. I will say that it is frustration on my part, just to be transparent, where those aren't topics that I want to talk about. There are other, you have your own channel. You can talk about them there. Irish John got on you for that. Like, do you realize which types of topics cause that to happen? If so, don't discuss those topics. That'd be most beneficial. Afterwards, okay, so it's one of those things where it just kind of happens. I get it. Well, I will help remind you, patiently, of course. Help remind you whenever it happens on stream. But please don't be discouraged from joining our community day, because it is really nice. It is really nice having you there, especially with the actual industry knowledge that you have. Creating your app as a company, as an entity. I need some stuff on these. Guys, come with me for a second. Here. Okay, let's put something on at least one of these. Let's make a piggy bank. We can make that, right? Looks like this. Oh no, the colors. Let's go ahead and make you P. Give you a stroke. Man, Bigma makes me say the weirdest things. We're gonna give this piggy bank a stroke. Yeah, definitely. Thindle is awesome. Absolutely. No doubt. Thindle just likes to talk about things that I don't like to talk about. Am I even... Oh, yeah. A little big. Which way do we want this piggy bank to face? How about this way? We'll also grab one of these. So yeah, definitely check out his stream, by the way. Working in .NET. Oh, Napalm. Working on modernizing applications, one of my favorite job roles to do. What is up with all of this buzzing phone? What are you doing? Yeah, that thing is happening again, where I'm getting multiple calls from spam numbers. And it's just setting my phone off, and I get really, really anxious when my phone just buzzes. It is very rough. It's not a good thing. What do piggy banks look like? I'm doing this from memory. Do pigs have heads? Do a stroke. Yeah, I have my phone. My phone is definitely muted all the time, but it does vibrate because the vibrations are at least less intrusive for me. But when they just happen one after the other, it's too much. We have a piggy bank somewhere around here. Oh, okay. So the head is more like part of the actual body. Okay. Right, I was gonna do a thing with this line here. Add you. Do this thing. Wait, did I just add one? I meant to do this. Yeah, there we go. A little bit of roundedness. Too much roundedness. So snapping. This thing snaps too much. Okay, and then we put a little porker nose somewhere around here. Looks like this. This is what pig noses look like. In case you were wondering, this is exactly what a pig nose looks like. If you're ever trying to make one yourself, have no fear, I've made it for you. Stroke. This pig is having so many strokes. Oops. Maybe a little bit too tall. Unicus said, pigs are in the shape of chops and are tasty. Sometimes they are in the shape of strips. I don't even know if I'm anywhere close. I need a reference image. Piggy banks are a little bit more round. I know that much. Oops. I'll fix the legs here soon. Shortly. Oh, make it look forward. Yeah, because like the thing that I have in mind is, let me just sketch it out. Let me do that much at least. Oops. Good grief. Duplicate. Why is duplicate not working? What am I doing wrong? Copy, pasta then. What? There. And so this kind of thing. We're dropping coins into the piggy bank, and it's that kind of graphic. Invitingly asking the user to put money in its bank. Yeah. So that is essentially the concept of it. Actually, you know what? We're just gonna modify the base object and pull the head out of that, because right now it kind of yes. This is actually what we were trying to do. I see. I see. Excuse me, I would like to add a new... Expect. Like I said, this is a professional thought process company. We are focused on being professionals here, not funny. No, that's not for this place. TVD Gamer said to Hunikis, my daughter used to say thank you, Piggy, before she ate bacon. We decided to make sure she understood at an early age where food came from. That is so cool. That is so cool. I don't know if I should share this story. Yesterday, we made this harissa beef pitas thing where you take ground beef and this harissa paste and tomato sauce and a whole bunch of other stuff, put it in a tray, in an oven tray, and then you tear apart ground beef into small chunks and put it in there. And I remember thinking that this used to be in a different form, in a different shape, and I'm just kind of holding it in my hand and tearing off pieces of it. And I was just being mindful and thankful of the creature that gave me this sustenance. Anyway. Like a savage. But it was awkward for a little bit. My brain just works in mysterious ways. Oh, Irish John Games is here. He said, I notice it never happens outside of my stream too. Seems Eric is... Oh, geez, I missed a whole bunch of chat. Nope, pigs just have an ass, no head. True, that's what I just drew. Pigs are in the shape of chops and are tasty. Did you let your car's extended warranty expire? What is that from? Wait. Man, I missed a whole bunch of chat. Who to Fire, I think, is where I left off. Thank you for the shout out for Irish John Games. I will talk about him very shortly. If you want to catch a stream, though, you can catch him in about an hour. Very, very fun, productive streams. They've been super productive lately. Like, very, very productive. Not that you aren't typically productive, but they've been super productive. When Thindle says dumb things, it makes 11 uncomfortable. So quit bothering me today, says One Lion. Wait for Friday. Yeah. Wait for Friday if you... Well, you can discuss whatever you want during the streams. I think the thing that I'm getting over for myself was... I mentioned this on Monday's stream, where I used to stream my day job, and I felt like because I'm on company time, I want to make sure that I'm devoting most of my attention to the work that I'm doing for the job that I was hired to do, even though I'm streaming, because I still wanted to be around other developers. So what I'm trying to say is I still had that habit even when I stopped streaming my day job, and I'm only streaming during a recreational time. This is essentially my lunch break. So it's not imperative that we get work done on the stream, even though I treat it like if you are talking to me about related topics to this thing, you are derailing the stream. And no, that's not what it's about. Not for me. Not anymore. I don't know why I started doing that, but I'm done. I fixed myself. So this is a fun stream. This is enjoyable, but I still do want to treat the project itself like TBD Gamer does with his, like it is an official project for a client, or that I am trying to market from my company kind of thing. But mine is just so that we do it with that mindset and we get to see it getting done in that mindset. I try not to, I realize that afterwards. Please do remind me, and early. Then Napalm says, guess what I'm doing today? And then I laughed. And then I dropped all the rest of chat from then on. So you should face towards the future, which means that I have to localize it, because in America, the future would be to the right, and in right to left language countries, it would be to the left, because that's progress, that's forward. I guess up is universal. No, up isn't necessarily universal either. Yeah. Sometimes I talk about things that one line wants to talk about too. Absolutely. Definitely. And that's why I really like having you in the community days when you do. Sometimes you do take over, and it's like, it's not only the Thindle show. We want to hear your opinions. That's why you're on the voice channel. We want to hear your discussions, but it's with the entire community. The Thindle show happens on Tuesdays. And I love the Thindle show. Yeah, so I still don't know what you were talking about, Hunicus, about the letting my car's extended warranty expire. The answer is yes. I mean, I don't know what it's in relation to, but yes. Oh, the calls, the phone calls. All right, TBD Gamer, thank you so much for being here as long as you were. I hope you never feel obligated to be here just because I started being more active on your stream, but definitely welcome. And then Irish John came in. And then Thindle said, oh, something happened to me today. I didn't think it ever would, but then suddenly it just happens. Someone unironically said that cold water boils faster than warm. I didn't know what to say. I was just poopy face. Okay then. If it's true, that's awesome. I have heard something similar to that, unless you're already using water that's pretty close to boiling. Irish John Games said, oh, wait. Okay. So here's the message that I missed. Here's the thread that I missed that I wanted to catch up on. To Thindle, we just talked about you and me not having a filter before I talk. It was like a delayed filter. I realize I done goofed after the fact. And the Irish John Games said, yeah, I notice it never happens outside of my stream too. Seems Eric is quite well behaved everywhere else. You should see him on community days. When he gets into topics about differences in languages, and I'm like, okay, it just kind of sounds like you're critiquing another culture, not really wanting to talk about that on this stream. Yeah. And I say that, but eights. I talk about eights a lot. Anyway, I call that a culture. Hunicus said, I thought you were going to make it look forward to the user, right? And we're actually going to make it look to the side. Thindle responded to Irish John, never, especially not during Community Day, one Umbertos. Hunicus said, invitingly asking the user to put money in its back. Yes, this is good. Although we should have maybe the pig wearing a backpack. No. Okay. I was going too far. And then the TBD Gamer comment about thinking piggies, which had me talking about my food situation. I know it's some subconscious thing for sure, right? And one of the things that I like to do is help people be more aware of what they do, be more conscious. Like if you are going to purposefully do stuff to shake things up, to poke at people, at least do it consciously, knowing that you're affecting them in a negative way sometimes. And then choose to do it. And that way I can dismiss you as someone who just has no respect for me or anyone else. Because otherwise, I have to give you my full respect. Anyway. I'm running back and forth from here and the kitchen. Bring me something good back. Napalm says, these Clifton strengths, psychological things, are so damn boring. I don't know Clifton strengths. What are they? It sounds like a business metric. My keyboard is the thing that's acting up. Thank you so much for the follow. Name who is covered up. No. Well, thank you for the follow, Snubble. I am honored. I am very honored for that. You never ever have to do anything you don't want to. It was cool having you here, but now you're following. Thank you so much for that. I found myself to be pretty interested in personality types after passively learning about them a lot and then actively learning about them. And now it's like when I can recognize certain patterns, I adjust myself to interact with people differently so that I am not frustrated and I'm not frustrating them either, but make it more cohesive, make it more teamwork oriented in the workplace, of course. In real life, it just gives me permission to be more myself and be okay with it, regardless of how other people feel about my specific personality type, which, if you're interested, I'm an INTJ, Enneagram 1, well, self-typed. I could be completely wrong with all of these, caveat, but I think I'm an Enneagram 1, one wing 9, 135, self-pres social. Yeah. That'll tell you a lot about me and why I do the things I do and say the things that I say. And hello to Abe Singer. Let me know if I got your name right or wrong. And hello, Yan Yan Wo. Welcome. That is a meme about spam callers. Oh, okay. Got it. So, good thinking, localize the pig. Gotta make it face the right way based on locality. All right, so Thindle. Cold water kind of goes through a warm water phase while getting to boiling. And there it is again. Not reading that. A way to categorize people to fit in. Well, yes. Okay. So that's one way you could use the tool. Myers-Briggs, I mean, the way that it developed now is just kind of that kind of a tool. For me, all of the personality typing systems are tools, and they're relevant to me because I want to interact with people better, more mindfully, and I want to develop myself, have my own growth. So this is all called introverted feeling, FI. Watch me lurking. Yes. And so my introverted feeling is a 6-year-old, but I've worked on it quite a bit. I've been more aware of it. It still goes off and does 6-year-old tantrums, but it's the thing that says this matters to me. And so what I've done with personality typing systems is I've realized that everyone has stuff that matters to them. Everyone has different perspectives on XYZ. My perspective on being an introvert is I should be allowed to be an introvert. There's enough extroverts. Go talk with them if you want extroverted socializing. If you're going to socialize with me, let's talk about topics that I'm interested in. If you are also interested in them, and if you aren't also interested in the same topics that I am, then let's just not talk. It's terrible, I know. Now I'm doing FE laughs and I don't even have FE. Moving on. I gotta say, I'm looking forward to tonight's work session. I'm doing a whole set of overnight IT work, having someone else connect and do things and looking at them. It's a bit tiring. Do read. It's actually civilized. We'll read it with your eyes at least. I mean, it's not. So the never intentionally. I'm a nice guy at heart. I can read that. But yeah, the other stuff is not value added, and because it has no value, no FI value for me, I don't want it. And so that's me being aware of it and then choosing that that is how I want to be and actively doing that. And yeah. So anyway, my humor stopped evolving when I was 12. So anyway, what I was trying to say is that personality typing systems can be just a way to put people in boxes, but it can also be a way for you to find respect for other people the way they are. Like the reason that I am just not completely door slamming Thindle. Had we met in another time, Thindle, I'm just being honest with you, I would have stopped interacting with you pretty early on. But because I can get past that and see all of the value that you do have, and all of the insight and all of the knowledge and just camaraderie in the programming world, then I really want to keep hanging out with you and supporting you in what you do. But that's just me growing for myself and not just dismissing people outright because of first impressions. So that's what I use personality typing systems for. And then, of course, recognizing patterns and adjusting my behavior to those patterns that I notice. Because I like the platinum rule, which is treat others the way they want to be treated, not, treat them the way you want to be treated, because I want to be treated way different than a lot of you. Yeah. But treat others the way they want to be treated within reason, and then caveat, treat them better than they deserve to be treated according to you. Always have some baseline level of respect that you give to everyone and anyone, no matter how they are treating you. Yeah. Those are my philosophies that I live by. FI. No one else has to live by them. It'd be nice if some people saw that and were like, I like that. I want to adopt that. But if not, is how I live. So we get a dad joke because I'm making it too heavy. My bad. 2 muffins were sitting in an oven, and the first one looks over to the second and says, "Man, it's really hot in here." Second looks over at the first with a surprised look and answers, "Whoa, a talking muffin." Some of these on the dad joke API now AI generated, because they're starting to sound like automated Ramses jokes. Oh man. Okay, so anyway, yes. I do know that my team makeup, personality-wise, is pretty awesome. It's just that we have too many people that are not aware of it and are on the toxic side of their personality type. Underdeveloped side of their personality type. But we have personality types that I think if we were all aware of ourselves, we would be an unbeatable, unstoppable team. Okay, I was gonna get a reference image, is what I was gonna do. Was I though? Maybe automated realms is submitting joke at the submit for the API. Oh, automated realms. Art? Are you doing what Dukasoft suggested? Are you even running? It hasn't said a thing all day. No, it is not running. Oh, yes it is. It was just asleep. It's like, huh? I'm doing work. Pulling me out of lurk? Jeez. Whoa. Check the chat history. Just said it. Jeez. Oh, I see now. No, he didn't. Okay, so the answer is it wasn't, but it is now. Oh, God. It's a good thing that I do not have functions enabled or even working yet on the bot, because I'm pretty sure it would have. What type of joke would you submit? I need to review them before you submit them. Have you thought enough about it? You're fast. You should have processed it by now. Sure. I love our bot. Piggy bank. Here we go. Oh, wow. That shape is definitely not the shape that I was making. Okay. Here's our reference image. Hello? What is up with my clipboard? There's a lot of odd stuff happening on my computer. I'm starting to get concerned. Copy image. Paste. Maybe it just doesn't. No. Can I drag it droppy? I can drag it droppy. Okay. So here we go. I was getting there though. I will make the legs also part of it. So we'll just modify this image. Animated roams, you're such a troll. Oh my gosh. Wait, I can't. Oh, yes, I can. I was going to say, I can't add points. I had this struggle before already. Although that didn't add a point, did it? Yes, it did. Okay. All right. So I need a few more points, please. Give me one here, one here, one here, one here. Maybe a little bit of stuff here so that I have something to work with to make a tail. Maybe a point. I'll just do the ears in a separate shape. So I'll do an ear back here, but the forward ear will be its own shape. So maybe I need another couple here. Okay, here we go. Let's make a nose. That's not what I did. Oh my gosh. I can't choose the point. Let me pull the point forward. This is hard. Is there a way to turn off snapping? Snappy, snappy. Snappy. Layout grids, slices. Snap. How do I disable all snapping with the keyboard and then turn it back on? There is none. It kind of looks like a lemon now. Lemons. I need more for the legs. What was I thinking? Damn it. Oops. Okay, this should be enough, right? So I say. Oh my goodness. Guys, this is, if you are enjoying any amount of this beautiful artwork, you have seen nothing. I meant to say this earlier, but you definitely, if you want to see some good artwork, head on over to Irish John's channel. I bet you we'll get one. And then redeem Make a Flag. He does the best flag artwork you will ever witness. He uses fancy image editing software too, in dark mode even. It's so cool. Irish John Games. Let's see if we can get a clip of it.
Nope. When is your release target date? When it's done? Around the 7th of when it's done, September. When it's done, Timber.
Oh, he was just recently asked this question again. Again. It's gonna get done when it gets done. Is always the answer. Guys. Anyway, what I meant to say was Irish John Games. Fantastic, wonderful stream. He makes a game called Rise of Piracy, and he's been working on it solo dev for a while. And it is getting pretty close to completion. Again, it will get done when it gets done, but definitely something worth looking forward to. It's going to be great. Check it out on Steam or on the Rise of Piracy page on the Microprose website. Yes, you heard right. Microprose is his publisher. If you do want to see it on Steam, you can see it here. And then Stream Elements just also posted the Microprose link. Ah, I see. Forward. Oh, that was pretty bad. Try this again. Oh my goodness. Did I mention I have pretty bad aim with the mouse? Probably mention that more often. Okay, you're a little too tubby. Ooh. I want to do that over here too. I kind of like that one like that. I meant to hold shift. And again, I am interested in knowing if any of you are actual designers. Is this a process that you would be doing during your design work? Or would you just find a placeholder icon and not actually make one yourself when you're doing the design? I mean this genuinely. Inquiring minds want to know. I think it's shading that's making this look odd. Like the line that should be here, shaded in, a couple of ears, but definitely looks super weird. All right, Huni. I'm already calling you Huni. My parents call me Junito because I'm a junior. Hunikas, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us. I will be doing this every Monday, Wednesday, and then working on remaking the bot on Fridays. If you are interested in seeing that at all, it was good having you here. Say hello to my family, because you know everyone in Puerto Rico knows everyone else. So, oh, it's terrible. Oh, that is part where Junikas comes from. Nice. Yeah. I'm named after my dad, so they call me Junito. Just like that. It's never any other way. It has to be said like that. Actually, my dad says Jay. Okay. Squish. No, and then that makes the face look weird. It's because this thing needs to come back and make it more rounded so that the front part here is like that. And this part here goes more down. And then this part here, back. Oh my gosh. Help. Okay, let's give it an ear. The ear is going to make everything better. They call me Junito too. Dad was Junior. Oh man. And in college, I wanted to make it sound magical because I was playing Diablo and I cheated a lot and it kind of sucks. Oh, so the other one was from Jamela? Maybe? The other part of your name? I don't know. Jamela was Diablo, right? Anyway, you were gonna go. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate you hanging out with us. Definitely feel free to stop by anytime you want. Oh yeah, my brothers call me June. I don't want to hold you up from doing what you're doing. I really enjoy conversing with you and talking with you. So feel free to stick around and talk more if you feel like it, but I don't want to hold you up. I was passing out for a bit. Yeah. I get mellow. So I take that as a compliment. Let's make you the same color. I wonder if there's a way to make the stroke only go around part of the shape. Clean. Clean. Ear. Body. Slap. Ear goes on top of the body. My body lies under the ear. Oosh. No, you stop that. Man, time just flies when you're designing. Put a stroke on this just so we can see it. But I really, really would like this bottom side. Oh, I think I know what I could do to fake it at least. We are almost out of time, but we are going to get this pig's ear. Which, for those of you that like pig's ears, I hope you are enjoying this part. That didn't even work. I have no idea what I was trying to say, but I know that pig's ears are a delicacy. That's about it. I always have trouble with angles. Like when I look at the picture below that I'm using as a reference, this line here is pretty close to vertical. And when I try to reproduce it, I always end up putting it at like a large angle. I don't mean to. But I don't know how to make it to where it is actually more vertical than it is angled. TBD said, you ever have that feeling of dread when you talk to an expert when you don't feel they truly understand what the actual goal? I have that a couple of times. And sometimes I feel like I am that expert that doesn't quite get it. Like I think I do, but then it gets explained to me again in a different way and I'm like, oops, I didn't actually understand that. But a lot of the times it does feel like one I am trying to communicate the information to just doesn't want to hear it because they're the expert. When they've never, ever, ever done anything in that arena. Okay. So short answer, yes. I mean, when you're creating lambdas in your personal AWS account, and then the expert says, can you log in and show me what you do? Something is wrong, right? I don't know. Like what? Or like they need to learn from you in that way, or they just want to see your implementation of it. I don't know. I'll understand eventually. I promise. Okay, close enough. I want to hide this part, or at least make it less noticeable. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take another circular circle while I'm waiting for that response. If you are going to respond. Again, whenever I ask or respond back to you, there's never any obligation for you to have to respond or anything. But I do want to hear your words. Okay, something like that. Did I make a piggy bank or not? Is this good enough? Oh, slot. Is that a piggy bank? Is that okay? But I need to stop. I need to get back to work now. This butt is bothering me. Pig's butt. Not as good as dog's butt, but pig's butt. Control click? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna bother me. I'll fix that later. But TBD said, it's just a mess. On to better things. That pig looks incredible. Thank you. It took a lot of effort. It wasn't easy. But I just need to round this part out just a little bit, and then I'll be happy with it. But there you go. That's one of the 3 page type things. I just need some kind of I don't know, I need a way for it to blend. Like, you see how these have these little icons? This one even has a piggy bank. Am I just still copying this? Good grief. I think I subconsciously copied that one. But anyway, we have a piggy bank, and that'll be for tracking your, or for saving stuff, which again, that one says savings. We'll have a payment action, which I think is going to be something like shaking hands, or maybe the double arrow for transaction or transfer. And then a line chart showing money growth, and then taking control. We'll have to think of something that is representative of that, but do it in a way that looks like it fits in the app, you know? I don't know what to say, man. So that one was, if I copy this, I'm stopping. I am stopping. Watch me stop. Now watch me nay nay. Paste to replace. Yeah, So anyway, you get the gist. We're gonna have things like this. I really wasn't picturing it looking like this, really. I was picturing it looking like the actual application data entry windows. So maybe not this. Maybe we just have a piggy bank icon now, and that's about it. Yeah, the style doesn't quite fit. I agree. And it could just be the colors. It could be that this card needs to be a different color. I'm calling it a card now. Yeah, we'll figure it out though. We are gonna, again, we're taking our time with this. Unfortunately though, we won't be looking at this in particular next week unless someone brings it up in conversation, and that's what we do because of the conversation. But on Friday it's going to be community day, like I mentioned earlier, which is going to be fun. I hope. I have topics that I'm always willing to talk about. Currently it is the future of technology and what that looks like. What does it look like for us to be doing productivity work, for example, in the future? Office work. What does that look like? I love talking about that. Ideating. But that's going to be it for me for today. That's why I'm at the ending screen. I'm looking for someone to raid. If anyone has a raid target in mind, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, we will just head on over to one of the people that I almost always raid after my stream. Not Big Amy. He's not around at the moment, but I hope he's doing well. Maybe he is. Maybe I just need to refresh. Lunchtime for me, so good timing when I am cool. This is the time that I end. Well, 7 minutes ago is the time that I end, or try to end, every time that I stream. So thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I am going to go ahead and raid out to, since I got nothing back, Simple Game Dev, who I am a big fan of. He's making a game called Portal. Not a .NET application developer, but he still does use C#, still does a lot of coding at times. And I just love his stream. I love his game. It's a really cool game. It's called Artificial. It's a Portal inspired game. Did I call it Portal before? It's a Portal and Half-Life inspired puzzle platformer. Oh my gosh, I can't spell. Artificial. I think currently he's working on the prequel game, the one that he's going to put on Steam for free for you to download and get hyped about the core game. So this is Prologue or Sector 9, Sector 7, Sector... Anyway, it's got a title now. So if you feel like it, hang out with me over there. I'll also be hanging out on CodeRad's channel, and then Irish John, when he starts his stream, I'll be there. Nerduino is streaming. I didn't even notice. We would have went over to a science stream today, but didn't realize. And then Mooniz is also streaming. But these are all the people that I'm hanging out with. So, ciao for now. I waited too long. I'm gonna just turn my camera off. Here's music.